Right. What's up? Besides the impending doom of our government and systems. I wasn't going to start that off this way, but that's where I am at this moment. I just had a stray thought that was about, it was the meme where the person is sitting and there's two big red buttons to be pushed. And one of the buttons has my ex's name on it, and I cannot for the life of me stop pressing the button. So, anyway, I'm like, this video's done. I'm gone. I'm already masking the pain of not being able to talk to that person, to talk about that person, to be around that person, to do what I want. And that is what a lot of my life has felt like, is not being able to actually do what it is that I want. And the barriers that exist from keeping me from being able to do what I want have always been there. Because largely, I look like this. And I didn't always look like this. I looked slightly different, I guess, depending on what kind of argument and what kind of place we are in. I looked a little bit more femme. I looked a little bit more like my mother. Now I look like my dad and my mom. But that's the thing. I was a very good hybrid, a very good combination of the two of them. I have done an excellent job at being able to properly channel the energies that I received in my genetic code. And I've also done a really good job at being able to create a new family for myself, because the family that I got, anyway, I need help. I have been needing help for a very long time. I don't ask. I don't say anything. I smile. I entertain you. I bring you joy. You feel better when you're around me. Animals like to adopt me. They can tell that I am a human person who actually understands what's going on, because I'm not just listening to what people are saying, I'm listening to what people are doing. And I'm tired and exhausted and angry, and very often not having my needs met. So I'm not the only one. I've just done a really good job at staying connected and masking, and somehow always coming back with the compassion and empathy that destroys me all the time. Because it's one thing for me to be livid and angry at the people who I have loved that haven't reciprocated, but it's another thing to not be angry at them, really, because I understand that they had other needs. What I'm really angry about is that I was screaming the whole time, but I'm always screaming about what it is that I need help with without saying anything. And so sometimes the animals can tell, sometimes it's just the universe. All of the energy that has been released back out into the universe and come back as a different thing. The children and christening, and I'm done. I throw my hands up a lot. Because last year, I figured some big things out. I went to an edge that you're not supposed to cross, and I crossed it and was out of my mind, quite literally. I had a psychotic break, and I went to the hospital about it, and that didn't help, because that's how our mental health care system is in this world. So, today I am going to concentrate on, like, I don't even know. Picking 3 things is not very easy for me. Picking one thing is not very easy. I'm behind. I'm constantly behind. But I'm also completely willing to give it up, to fail, to pretend like I don't care anymore. That's what makes me one of the most safe people to be around, and one of the most dangerous, is that I can change my mind. I can decide to choose violence like a toddler, or I can try my hardest to feel out kind of connection that I have. To be accepting of the connection and the energy for those people who are still walking around being very vulnerable with themselves. And I think I'm going to end this video mostly because I have stuff to do. I always have so much stuff to do, and I want help, but it's like, how do I ask for help when the list of things that I need help with is constantly growing and evolving and changing, and my levels of trust for the people that I used to trust before in the past have been obliterated, or we're still building, or we haven't been able to talk about this emotional problem that has gotten in the way of our connection because I feel like I was betrayed, and I am not willing to just forgive without having any discussion, without actually getting to the core of the problem. And am I tired? So we're gonna pause this. We're gonna maybe post it later. We'll go out into the world, even though I'm so disappointed and bored. I'm bored. Bored of it being the same problems. Like, we figured this out already. I figured this out when I was a child. Because that happens to me a lot. When I look back at the past, when I read my poetry from when I was a child, it literally is like, okay, I guess no one was paying attention. I can tell you what people are paying attention to, and I can tell you what I'm paying attention to. And right now, doesn't look so good, doesn't feel good, and doesn't make me want to get out of bed. But I did. You should be